Hi, welcome to your Metroparks. I'm Alyssa and I'm an outdoor skills specialist. Today we are going to talk about building fire. So fire is a super useful tool. You can use fire to stay warm. You can use fire to purify water by boiling it. And you can also use fire to cook your food. Today we are going to do a little example of making a small fire. But these are some tools that you can have in your tool belt and have them ready to go in case you ever do want to make a fire. But first off, we want to make sure we are being super safe. So as you can tell, I'm on a gravel surface. We don't have any plants or catchable things nearby except for the things that I have placed here on purpose. And I'm going to be building my fire in an aluminum pan. So this is a safe place to build a fire. If you guys are building a fire at home, make sure you have an adult with you. And also make sure you have a safe place to have a fire. I am gonna make sure that my hair is back. I don't have any hoodie strings dangling or anything like that. And we want to be sure that we're letting people know that we're making a fire. So if our family comes outside and says, "Why is there a fire?" you probably should have asked them first. Okay, now to the building. So we have our fire triangle. Fire always needs three things. Fire needs oxygen to breathe, just like us. It needs something to eat, which is fuel, the wood in that case. And it needs a spark. It needs something to get started. So today we are going to be using a couple different things to start our fire. One of my favorite fire starters is a cotton ball. And you dip it in some petroleum jelly. And you may have not used this as a fire starter before, but it's very effective. And petroleum jelly is just oil, so it burns pretty well. And cotton is a natural fiber, so it also gets started quickly. So when we are starting a fire, we also want to have dry materials. So those dry materials will catch quickly and they will really give you better success with your fire. So I have here in my pan my little petroleum jelly cotton ball. You can also use dryer lint. Everybody's got it, nobody wants it, but you can use it as a fire starter. So I'm gonna set that to the side because I'm just gonna use my little petroleum jelly ball. And I'm going to use a little bit of sawdust down from in my bag. And that's gonna be the tiniest stuff that's gonna catch first. So for your ignition source, for your spark, you can use your normal lighter, or you can use matches. If you're using matches, make sure they stay dry. When you are using matches, you always want to strike it away from your body. So hold that match at the end. You're gonna strike it, and then hold it up. And then we are going to light our fire. And then you can leave your match in there too. It'll burn really well. So as soon as your fire is lit on that cotton ball, you want to feed it with some other small sticks. So since it's just a baby fire, you're essentially feeding it baby food at this point. You're going to give it some very small fuel. And it might not look like much at this point, but you just got to be feeding it slowly and steadily. Feeding it small things to start, and it will catch eventually. So at this point, it's really good to have a lot of small and dry wood available to get your fire going. Even though it's small, it is hungry, so you need to be putting wood on it pretty frequently. And I'm having it at all different angles so that oxygen can still get down to that cotton ball. We want to be putting the wood on slow and steady. We don't want to put a whole big handful on at once because it needs that oxygen to breathe. We don't want to smother it. I'm just going to keep adding, keep adding. I hope you guys learned something about building fires. Make sure you're being safe out there, and I hope you can find some time to practice safely at home, and we'll see you out in your Metroparks.